You right, guys, it's Shaun from the Fun Kids Breakfast Show. So a little while ago, I went on a very special adventure to go and find out more about Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon. We got to go to Aardman Animation Studios. First of all, we got to do some model making of Lula, who is the main new character in the film Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon.
Yeah, I'm here with Will, who is the senior model maker at Aardman Animations. I mean, you said model maker, but I'm going to add senior.
Okay.
On there. I'm going to add senior. And I'm quite excited about this because we're going to do some puppet making. I had a set like this from Wallace and Gromit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice to see this. It's quite similar.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, we're still using the clay.
So who are we making? I mean, is mine going to look as good as that? It's Lula, isn't it?
It is Lula. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping so. That's the target. That's who we're aiming for.
Can we just look at that a second? That seems like a big ask.
Well, I've already made like some of the stuff for you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
so
that's quite ideal, isn't it?
Yeah, we've started already. So.
Great news.
So yeah, when you're ready.
So after some expert guidance and some handy tips, we're getting to the final crescendo, popping Lula's head onto the body. And there we go. Finishing touches done. And let's have a little look at mine and just a little comparison. So that the movie one's on the far right, mine's on the left. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say mine is better. I'm just going to come out with it.
But I think overall,
Yeah.
reasonably happy with that, I think.
I'm impressed with that. That's great.
I was happy with that. Do you want to have a little... Here it is. Here's Lula. A little closer look. There it is. I reckon that's a solid 9 out of 10 effort. After a bit of model making, I got to chat to the producer of Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon.
Shaun from Fun Kids Radio here. I'm chatting to Paul, the producer of Shaun the Sheep 2 Farmageddon. How's it going?
Very good. Yeah.
I mean, usually these interviews just happen in like posh hotel rooms. This is loads better. We have an actual set in the background. I mean, but this is sort of just normal day work for you, isn't it?
It is. I'd love to have gone to a posh hotel.
I was going to say for you, you might have been more up at the hotel.
No, I love this place. This is the Ministry of Alien Detection that's behind us, a kind of huge underground base that you'll see in the film.
So just to give you guys the background, so Shaun the Sheep 2 Farmageddon, it's sort of gone into the sci-fi realms of Shaun has a little alien chum, Lula. And how is it like? So when did the idea first come about to take Shaun in that direction?
Well, we made the first film. The first one was all about trying to tell a story with no dialogue. So we were really that was what we were worried about. We weren't worried about a genre. So for this film, we sat down and said, right, how can we make a kind of bigger and more expansive and more exciting adventure?
Space.
And we thought space, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And of course, Aardman had never made a kind of, space-based alien film, and it felt like Shaun and the whole world of farms and aliens seems to go together anyway.
Because there's always been like a lot of tech and robots with like the Wallace and Gromit series and all that, but we've never had aliens just yet.
Not really. Nick's first film, obviously,
probably Grand Day Out,
goes to the moon, but that's a long time ago, and that was his student film actually. He finished it off at Aardman, but this is the first time we've really got into this world and had fun with it.
So first of all, Farmageddon.
Yeah.
Who came up with that, and was it just a moment when like Farmageddon, that sounds really, really good?
Well, we sit around kind of talking about stories and try and make each other laugh when you're coming up with these, so that feels like ages ago now. But I remember it was Nick Park, ironically, we were sitting in a room and Nick said, oh, what about Farmageddon? And we all kind of laughed. And I thought, hang on, that's a really funny title. So actually the title in some ways kind of came along before the idea, and then actually it kind of started to fit together because there's a specific idea around Farmageddon in the film, that you'll hopefully find out about. So it kind of all just suddenly worked.
So Paul was an excellent man. He also told me a story about when he had to do one of the model making workshops. He's not like a modelling expert in terms of this sort of modelling. I don't know if he models clothes in his spare time, but he ended up actually making little Shaun the Sheep plasticine things with Prince William and Kate and the royal family. So he said that was like one of the highlights of his career, which was a cool story. But he told me it off camera. which is why I got to tell you now. After that, we chatted to the directors of Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon.
We're going to try not to do this too much, but it is hard to get distracted, not to get distracted by the amazing Farmageddon set.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
That's behind us.
It's pretty huge.
It's just like, I love all this sort of stuff, like when there's just so much detail and things going on. And I mean, that's even just looking at it, trying to direct a scene when something like this is happening, I'm guessing is a test.
It's a real challenge. It was, I feel for the animator, because we would go on set and I'd go, he's taking a photo, she's buying this, he's doing that, they're talking to each other, and then I leave, and then it's up to the animator's job to sort of climb on the set and move each character, and they've got all little mini stories going on. So yeah, it was very challenging.
Do you ever feel like, oh, maybe that's too much for the animators, or you're just like, nah, they'll do it, they'll find a way?
They love a challenge.
So they say,
They love a challenge.
It's tricky because I was an animator for many years at Aardman, and when I started directing at first, I was a bit reluctant. I was like, oh, this is such a hard thing to do. But
I know that's going to be, that's going to be tough.
But now I don't care. No, we do what's best for the story, and quite often that is the hardest thing for the team to do, but they're really, really good.
So with those boys giving it the big chat of the animators just having to deal with whatever situation they throw at them, I was then given the opportunity to try my hand at doing some stop motion animation myself to see just how tricky it was.
This is an excellent day. It's been an excellent day here with Carmen, who is an animation expert at Aardman, and we've got an actual set from Shaun the Sheep 2 Farmageddon over here. And it's one of the iconic scenes.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's definitely one of my favourite scenes from the film. It gets a lot more messy than this, but it's been made very nice for you here today. Yeah, this is just an example of one of 30 or so units and sets that we had on the film. So as you can see, it's quite a big space, and so for 30 of these, obviously you need a ginormous space.
We've seen a couple of them, and the detail is the thing which kind of stands out. And so we're going to be animating Shaun over here, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm just going to give you a really basic example of how animation works, just break it down to its simplest elements.
Strong. Keep it basic, let's keep it basic.
So this is, of course, Shaun the Sheep.
There he is, the main man himself, or the main sheep.
Yeah, he's got what we call an armature running through him. So it's basically a movable skeleton, which means that we can put him in any pose that we like. It goes through his neck, his ears, his mouth. We can move his eyes around, his tail moves, of course. We need the tail to move. And so for an example, I'll show you what it takes just to do a simple hand wave.
Yeah.
So if I start him off there at his most extreme kind of point, if we're going to make him do that, I'll start off there, make sure I'm happy with his thumb and everything like that. It's all about very small movements in what we do. When I'm happy, I have to step out of the way of the camera so that I'm not in it, because no one wants to see me actually in the film, ruin the illusion. And then I go back and do the same thing. So I want to move his arm in towards his head, so I will just push it literally that much. And we can use the screen to see my previous shot and my new shot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's useful.
So you can already start to see the beginning of what we're trying to achieve. So when I'm happy, again, move out of the way, take it, move back in. So there's a lot, it's very repetitive kind of work, but it's very satisfying because when you
actually get it.
Yeah, when you start to put it all together.
Yeah, see, that's already looking ace, isn't it?
Yeah. So it works, I like to say, it works in the same way as a flipbook does, because it's just lots of still images being played back very, very quickly. And it makes your eye think that it's seeing something real. So you can see that's the beginning.
I mean, that's already looking great. And that's 4 frames that we've got at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to try my hand at this.
So if you take that's yours now.
Yeah.
Come out of the way.
Get out of the light.
That's it, yeah. And then press enter there on the bottom right. That's it.
Strong.
Nice. So go back in and start to move his arm towards his head. So I'd usually,
like
it's
that?
quite, you can do, I would say maybe move him at his elbow so it bends in. That's it.
Rather than doing a...
Yeah, I mean, he could do that if you want.
There you go.
Got the slow motion of an animator. So if you want to check what you've done, these are the backwards and forwards ones.
So
you can go to your previous one and your live one.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That'll do. quite like this. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is my calling.
It looks like the big reveal.
Right. There you go then, guys. Right, 3, 2, 1. Mate, I am so happy with that.
That's really good. That's really, really good. That's genuinely really good. It's got a lot more kind of royal wave than.
Yeah, I mean that is a very
it's
sort
very,
of majestic.
Yeah, it's great.
So there we go. That is my little adventure to Aardman Animations. Make sure you go and check out the film Shaun the Sheep 2 Farmageddon. You can find out more about it in the description and by getting over to Fun Kids' website, funkidslive.com. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and make sure you subscribe to Fun Kids for more video-based nonsense. See you on The Breakfast Show. Bye.